What's up, y'all? What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Throwbacks. I'm your host, Big Sherm. And so I was thinking today, oh man, you always talking about this and you talking about that and trying to explain my teen years. And so I was thinking about, I always be talking about how I'm good for punching somebody in the face. So how you get to be a punch in the face kind of guy? How you got there, right? You gotta know so I got there. So the first dude in my life was Kimbo. So yeah, I relate to y'all with the whole I ain't see my pops till I was in the teens. MF ain't been around, ain't this and that, and he's suffering now, trying to cry, get way back in my life. I seen a nigga 3 times in my life. Last time I seen the clown was at 18 years old. So he got an issue, that's his issue. I'm good, we move on. But anyway, so the first dude in my life was Kimbo. Kimbo was a brother, you gotta think Black Belt Jones. Google. Black Belt Jones. So Kimbo used to comb his afro to the front like this, wear jeans with the bell bottoms, them bell bottom flare leg jeans, and then he had them black Chinese moccasins. Remember them Chinese slip joints with the black with the thin brown bottom like this? Looked like they went on a Jackie Chan flick. He'll fuck you up though, you laugh at him though. He looked weird, but that was Kimbo. So he had these big ass fingers too. His fingers used to look like the tip of one of his fingers looked like that. So he'd be like this with 2 fingers and he used to pluck you in the head like that. Come on, cool cat. What you doing, cool cat? Stop that, cool cat. Big ass fucking fingers. So he used to have me, not lying, in the park punching trees. Kimbo used to teach me this. So I had to be like 8, 9 years old when Kimbo started teaching me that. By 13 years old, he would take me to Highland Park, back over there. This is like once I started getting the gangster in me, he couldn't control me no more. But so he would take me to Highland Park, 13 years old. So that's how I learned to throw a good jab. It ain't come from boxing. It come from Kimbo, from a little dude teaching me, cool cat, never hit him with this part of your fist, cool cat, cause you gonna break your fist. Hit him with this part, cool cat. So little dude, I ride knuckle right there. Scarred up a couple of y'all out there. I know, yeah, but anyway, so Kimbo, boom, boom. So 13, I stopped doing that. And then I met up with, shout out to Tony Banks. Call him Tony the Tiger. He won Golden Gloves 3 times. I think he won it three times or 2 times in a row, New York State. Tony Banks. Big old bro. Big old family. But and Tiptoe. I'm gonna get into Tiptoe later when I get into my Ralph Ave legends. So Tony Banks taught me how to box. So he taught me tying the string and all that, doing the uppercuts and all this. So while everybody else out there doing slap boxing, I was honing my shit. I was zeroing my shit. Because I'm a little nigga, so you know what they want to do every time. So when it come fight time, they want, I'm a rusty little 5'0" little dude. And they was eating jabs all day. Eating, bomb, bomb, bomb. And because I could hit hard, all it took was maybe 3 punches and the fight was over. I stopped a lot of fights, didn't even fight the guy a couple of times. Bap, 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 bap. Yo. Pick up their shit and go home. Can't even fight no more. Fight smart, man, not hard. But anyway, so that was some of the people that led me to being fighting. And so once I moved from Horsey Street and shit, then I moved to Ralph Avenue. Ralph Avenue is kind of where I linked up with Howard Avenue, blah, 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 down the road. But when I moved on to Ralph Avenue, that's when I met my man, my brother, my god brother, my brother by another, whatever you want to put all of that on it. When I moved to Ralph Avenue 193, Michael Moore, the first Money Mike I ever knew in Brooklyn. And I know it's other ones, and I know some other ones. But I know my brother Money Mike, God bless his dead, when he was around and he was alive, and you was talking that Money Mike, you was going to get punched in the fucking face. And that was a fucking fact. That's why they killed him, because they was scared of the nigga. Because when the gunplay came into Brooklyn and shit, the first thing all of the punk niggas that couldn't fight, them was the niggas that got guns, and they started killing up, setting up all of the niggas that could fight, that was scared. They couldn't wear their chains outside. They couldn't wear their clothes outside. Them niggas was getting robbed. So them was the first niggas they started getting. 50 cents, you know, niggas like that. They couldn't have them niggas around, because niggas can't floss around them niggas. You can't front around them niggas. They'll smack life out your ass. And niggas knew it.
How you met him?
Oh, so Money Mike, right? So we, that's my niece Tina. Tina in the background trying to hide out and shit. She ready. Oh, so yeah, so that's Tina in the background. So we gonna get into her mom's and her situation later. But so okay, so back to Mike. When I moved on Ralph Avenue, Money Mike, that was the person that how I met 50 Cent people, Pop, Big Pop, Anky, his sister, what's her name? Is it Caroline? I forget the sister, Sharon. Sister Sharon, that's her name. I'm sorry, sweetie, I'm sorry. Word. So that's when I met all of them. I got to meet Dice. Well, I didn't meet Mike. I don't think I met Dice from Brevoy through Mike. But I knew Dice. I met Dice through Clyde. That's how I met Dice. I met Dice through Clyde and his whole family, Tone, and all them niggas off Horsey. And them was a bunch of, was it nobody over 5'3"? But when they came, it was like 80 of them. It was 85'3" little violent little motherfuckers. They gonna get you. And you know, back then, when you younger, a 5'3" nigga looked like a big nigga. There were facts. So Mike was the one that taught me how to street fight. Mike was the one that cause when I was hanging out with my sister, you know, my sister Terry was the one that got me into hustling and all that. We used to go boosting. We talking about in the 80s. I'm talking about, no. Yeah, we in the 70s. I'm talking about 70s, 80s when I'm boosting and shit with my sister. We got kicked out. We got barred from Gimbals, Alexander, shit that they done already. We helped put stores out of business. Shit, we was still in that stores that ain't even in business no more. Them is a fact right there. Word. So hanging out with my sister, you know, it was a different way. We was boosting. She was in the you know, the clothes, and we had the boutiques. We used to go sell shit unto up and down Nostrand Avenue and shit. She was one of the first. Her and the little crew had scooters and shit, rocking the tennis outfits with the tennis shirts and all of them shits outfits. So my family, we was always plugged in. My sister was whooping ass. My sister will fuck a motherfucker up. Them is double facts. Rest in peace, Terry. My sister used to fuck me up. She used to fuck me up. Yeah. Whoop my ass too. Soon as mommy leave out, be like, I'm putting Terry in charge. Terry will fuck you up. And you better go to the store when she asks you to. You better go to the store. You better not ask for no money for going. For real. So that was the wave that I was riding when we got here. We was always, me and my brother Tim, go outside, had clothes and all that shit, because we was boosting. Yeah, this shit had the little hole right there in the side. Who gives a fuck? We still fly. So, but that made us targets. Especially around there on fucking Ralph Avenue and Howard Avenue, Saratoga. It it was wolves back. It was wolves back then in the days. You couldn't wear your Pumas. I was telling my son, you couldn't wear your Pumas out if you couldn't fight. You couldn't wear your nice glasses out. Your East St. Laurent glasses. You remember the East Saints with the little YSL on them? Them shits was $40. They'd take them from you. They was taking all types of shit from you. They was snatching niggas' knee patches off their jeans. So if you could not fight, you could not buy nothing that stood out from the crowd. You had to buy all of the regular shit that everybody got so nobody would come mess with you. That's how it was. So when we get over there, you know, we on that peaceful shit. Yeah, I could still fight, but because, you know, raising my mom, shout out to Christine Holloway, Miss Holloway, you know, moms raised us and shit, and my sister and all that. It wasn't nobody really toughening me up and shit. That's just a fact. That's what it was. So when I linked up with Mike kind of took me under his wing. Yo, I'm gonna give you here go one that I ain't never told nobody. I'm a cop to this one. So when I linked up with Mike, he had the silver house medallions. The silver house medallions with the Jesus piece on them and all them shit. And so, you know, back in the 80s, silver was shit. There ain't no niggas talking all that shit. It was, we worked our way up to gold. Back then, silver was popping. So I had 2 silver joints that he let me hold. And me and my sister went boosting. I had banged a gold chain. Me and my sister, she went on got to the counter and she did the old, oh yeah, then touching shit over here and the lady and the whip. And I was out, right? Cause my sister will punch you in your face. If for real, I'm serious. Y'all think it's a joke. My sister will punch you in your face if she tell you to do something and you don't do it. You better do it. You get punched in the face. So yeah, cause she's like, you took something, right? Yeah. So I had to change. So I put them 2 medallions on and I wore them to class one day. I know I wasn't supposed to be doing this. I was out there in the deep, and at this time we had moved, so I was going to school at PS5 over on Marcy by Marcy Pool. So I was coming from all the way on Ralph Avenue on the bus my last year. It was the 6th grade. So I was coming from over there to way over there on the bus to graduate. Tim had transferred to 309 and shit. Tim had already transferred. So I got the chains on. I'm in class. I'm front. Ah! Ghetto fabulous today. Ghetto fabulous. I'm living the life. Somebody called when I had that shit, right? And so I was smart though. When I came out, I tucked my shit in. I tucked my shit in. I'm smart. Tucked my shit in. And so I'm coming through the park, and this nigga ran through and snatched at the chain. He missed. He got the chain and took the chain, but because I had the medallions inside my shirt, they fell inside my shirt. And so he ran, and when he got to the corner, it was right there on the corner of, I don't know, it wasn't Lafayette. Might have been Kosciuszko and Tompkins. Kosciuszko and Tompkins, right by Tompkins Park, is right over there. So he snatched the chain and he's standing on the corner, and I look up at the nigga. He was older, but he was a little bit bigger than me. I looked at the nigga, and he had the chain in his hand, and then he looked at me, and he turned around and walked away. I felt I had the shit, and I was like, damn. You know, my pride wanted to chase that nigga. If I was like, that nigga might beat my ass. Man.
She was in 6th grade.
That was in the I was in 6th grade though, but shit, still, I wanted to go after that nigga. So I remember who I asked about it, or whoever was in, the nigga came up and said, oh, I know him. That's Mighty Mouse. That's Mighty Mouse. That's that nigga Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse snatched your chain. And so, so I went home. I ain't tell nobody about this shit, right? Because I had snuck Mike medallions out and everything. They were supposed to be upstairs in the house. Not upstairs in the house, but I took them outside all the way over here and could have got them stolen. And when I get home, I get upstairs. Why he asked me for the medallions too? I ain't even never tell Mike this story. I ain't tell Mike this shit. He know now though. He hear me now. But I ain't even tell. So yeah, so Mike was the one that toughened me up. He the one that made me stop crying when I would be beating people up and still crying. He'd be like, yo, fuck is you crying for? Oh no. My fist hurt. Oh no. When I hit him in the head, it hurts sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Look. I don't want to fight. I don't like fighting. Man, he said, because he ain't have no little brother. So it always used to be the big brothers used to get out there on the block. And because he ain't had no little brother, I got drafted at his little brother. And so when he threw me in the ring to fight other little brothers, I better not cry because I'm going to embarrass him. Because just like my sister, I'm going to punch you in your face. You won't stop that crying shit. Look, I know it was tough love, but shit, that shit, you had to be like that, man. I told you I couldn't wear my fly clothes outside without them trying to rob me. You had to learn how to fight. And so, yeah, I got plenty. Money Mike was the kind of guy, he was a good dude, man. He was a good dude. A lot of niggas looked up to him. A lot of niggas respected him, but a lot of niggas feared him. He had a lot of niggas scared of him. He really did. And he wasn't like the bully kind of dude or nothing like that. He was fair, whatever. But like I said, we used to really have rules. How they say is unwritten rules to the streets and all that. Niggas used to really go by the rules. Like you could be a gangster, but not be a hustler. You could be a hustler and not be a gangster. And just cause you hustling didn't mean you was tough. Cause you could have a nigga out there that's a boosted nigga taking clothes and shit. That nigga might not be built for no war. But if you go to that, you know, if you push anybody, then of course. But you know what I'm saying? Just on how it used to be. You know what I mean? Like drug dealer back in the days, a nigga that sold weed back in the days, that nigga was rarely with no guns and no shit. That nigga happy all the time. That nigga want people to come buy his weed and shit and all that shit. Even the crack niggas. Like, we used to pay, when we had the Black Door, we used to pay a nigga, they used to have a nigga on salary per week just to stand outside and keep the crackheads in order. Like, we used to try to do shit where it was minimum attention to us and minimum bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you violating the law. You violating the law hustling. Shit. If you hustling right. If not, you hustling, you doing something everybody else doing anyway. You ain't gonna make no money in that. So, so Money Mike ended up working for the Cuban mob. That's who he ended up working for, Cuban mob. Mike ended up working for Cuban mob, and when they owned the number holes in New York City, in Brooklyn, in Brownsville and Brooklyn, was run by Cubans at the time. I don't know. I know it was a time when blacks owned it. Then I know it was a time when whites owned it. So I know they call it the policy or whatever. We call it numbers. So it was a time when it changed hands. But this time it was Mike, the Cubans was running it and shit. I forget their names and shit. I met a couple of them niggas and shit with the shirts on, silk shirts coming through in the hair and shit. But anyway, so we started out at, hit that button on that blue phone right there, T. The blue phone. Right here. Oh, I'm sorry, it's right here. So yeah, so we started out at 508 on Decatur Street, on the corner of Patchen and Decatur. And he was bodyguard for the number hole. He's bodyguard for the number hole. Mike was the bodyguard. It was Money Mike, Warren, Fat Boy, Ramel. I keep forgetting Ramel. Ramel, his brother. Ramel, his brother, older brother. So we at the number hole up there. Miss Dot was working in there and shit. She was like our moms and shit. And B, Rudy. B. B. That was the crew right there. And so they used to take turns by making sure nobody robbed the joint and all that. And so from there we started blowing. So from there we ended up from one joint to Money Mike, going from this joint to this joint to this number hole. He was over all of them. He was like damn near the enforcer for these niggas. And so whenever they had a problem or something, they called Mike. And when Mike had a problem and Mike went to go solve that problem, I went with Mike to solve that problem with Mike. You know what I mean? And whether it was he beating up the big niggas, I'm beating up little niggas. So this is a true story. This is true stories right here. This is true stories. It was a time where me and Mike, no guns, we didn't carry guns, riding around in a 1978, 19 whatever, sky blue, beat up Monte Carlo with the white top and shit. Well, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the trunk. This is a fact. Going around picking up money from the number holes on a Saturday afternoon and shit. Me and him. No seatbelt, no nothing. And a bottle in between us, sipping. We talking 16, 17 years old. And the sad thing was that was the last summer right before they killed my godbrother. That's the last summer. That was the last, like, it was like, I was a younger dude and I finally got up to an age where, you know, I think he was 21, 21, maybe 22. He wasn't that old when they killed him and shit. And so, we spent that whole summer together. That was cool. It was real cool. But I seen Mike fight a lot of niggas. I seen Money Mike beat up a lot of people, man. And he'd let you hit him first, too. Take money, get one. Take money, get one. You know what I'm saying? Didn't care. You hit him, eat it, knock you out. I seen him knock out many a nigga. But yeah. So when I do stuff like this, like I said, my man, Money Mike, yo, I love him, man. I think about my man. I shed a tear often over my man because he was going too soon. But if I don't do this, I'm gonna tell his story. Ramel, his brother, he's dead. He gone early. Ramel, I remember one time, I know the first story I was telling about time when I got jumped by Squeak and Doug them in Brevoy Projects, right? I was going to see this chick and or whatever, and Squeak used to date her or whatever. He used to date her. And so that caused a little problem. And so they trying to jump me. And while they trying to jump me, I got my 10-speed bike. Sky blue 10-speed bike. So I'm trying to grab my bike, pull my bike, fight off Squeak, and fight off niggas that's jumping me, hitting me from the sides and shit. I get a punch every now and then. I'm still swinging. You know, but they ain't hurting me and shit. I could take punish. They wasn't hurting me. They, you know, it's more like a sting shit or unexpected shit like that, right? And so I get back around the way. Not Howard. We talking Ralph. On my Ralph Avenue click today. So when I get around there on Ralph Avenue, I talk to Ramel. And I say, yo, Rob, what up? He tell me, yo, I say, yo, they try to jump me, woo, 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 woo. And so, me, him, and a couple of people, maybe about 6 people, go back 7 times. It wasn't a lot. They was all older than me. I was the youngest nigga. I was all, cause you know, I'm used to older niggas standing around watching me fight anyway. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go back to the first time and it messed me up. I was telling my son that story. So yeah, so I go to Ramel and I tell him what happened, and so we go back to Brevoort. And so Ramel, and Ramel a little dude, but Ramel was wild. And Ramel was Money Mike big brother. So if Mike was imagine what he is. Just like if I'm like this, imagine what Tim is. Like Tim was Shout out to my brother, man. Love my brother, man. But anyway, so we go back to Brevoort and Ramel in the middle of Brevoort. Yo, F that, man, right there by coming in on the Bainbridge side. I be trying to get y'all accurate facts, so if y'all want to go back and ask somebody that might have been around or heard the story, yeah, they gonna tell it. I might miss by an inch or two with what I say, but it's gonna be about accurate. And so, but anyway, so we come back up in there, Ramel making the scene and all that, and so all of the big niggas come from out the park because they was playing ball. And remember I said I know niggas in Brevoort, so not everybody in Brevoort was on that dumb shit, and I wasn't cool with. Some niggas I was cool with. Shout out to Horse, Anthony Ravel. You know what I mean? But shit, all of them niggas, when they was rhyming and all that shit, we had the electric football thing with the dumb shit. So yeah, so Squeak just didn't like me. It is what it is, whatever. So we get in there, Ramel showing out, and then I think the first one came over was Stink. It's not Footy Dog. I think it was Footy Dog, Duke, we called Stink, Duke came over, and I know Vernon Kids came over, cause Vern is my man. So he came over, it was like, yo, what's up, what happened? And so they tell him what's happening, and my man, and so he started going, the dude from Brevoort started going, I don't know which one, I think it might have been Duke. He said to Ramel, oh, word? Your little brother want to fight with Squeak? Oh, word. Squeak gonna fuck him up. Yeah. He look at Squeak. Yo, Squeak, what up? Squeak put his hand down like this. Squeak ain't want no parts. He know how to fuck them up. He couldn't beat me when they were trying to jump me. So you know he ain't want to fight me by himself. I would have did the same thing. Word up. I would have did the same thing. And shit. So yeah. So, I gotta go back. I gotta tell you some of the stories about my sister, man. My sister Terry, yeah. She ain't here no more. Rest in peace. And so, man, I remember times we going out and we hustling and we boosted, and she used to do the girdle joint with the girdle, whoop, 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 pull the dress down. I'd be in back of her. Yo, I remember one time, man, we stole one of them full-length, triple fat, puffy V gooses. So I'm talking about, this thing was like two comforters, pretty much. Two comforters, you try and stuff this in, and we made it work. Going out, she like, you can see it? You can't see it? Can you see it, son? Can you see it? I'm like, nah, you good, T. I couldn't have been but 12 years old, 11 years old when shit like this going on. So that's why I say, man, I wasn't like, I was a hustler. We was a hustler.
When she stole that Sherlin.
That shirt, oh yeah. We went in one time, there used to be this sheepskin and Sherlin place right on the corner of 33rd Street across from Macy's. It was on the corner of the block where Macy's was at. Another store we got banned from. Another store we was on a rest on site, yo. We was on a rest on site in all kinds of stores. Queens Plaza, Kings Plaza, Gimbals, Alexander, all of that shit. We was notorious. It's a fact. So it's a fact. So we went into the joint with the Sherlin, and just like with the gold chain, Terry over there, I'm over here. I think we leave out of there with one Sherlin, maybe two or something. So we took coats, we took everything. We did everything. Mm-hmm. We had a way to get it off, if not in the street, and if not, we gonna wear it.
Yes.
We gonna wear it. Word. Sister had jeans, all that shit, man. My sister had Mercedes Benzes in the 80s. My sister had this kind of car, that kind of car, mink coats, jewelry. I remember going into the apartment over there in the East 90s with the big silver bowl like this full of cocaine when she linked up with that team over there and Bub and all them niggas from up the joint. So yeah, so for real. So it's who else off Ralph? Tiptoe. Now I was talking about his brother, Tony Banks, that taught me how to box. Now, Tiptoe, Mike Banks, that was my man. That was my fucking man. And he used to always talk like this. Hey, Shawan, what you doing, Shawan? Come here, Shawan. And so he was the older dude that, and he had the part down the middle of his head. And he had waves. He still had waves with the part down the middle of his head. And always was fly. Always was getting fly. Now this the hardest, the hardest story, one of the hardest stories I got about Mike Banks. He had a club and he had took this Cuban link chain. Big link chain, Cuban link. Rocking that shit, chilling. And his boy he used to be with was Mayor. I think Blue Guard. Cause Tip, they was both guards. They was both guards too. 5%. They 5%. So yeah. So Tip took this Cuban chain, big chain, I guess from some Cuban nigga or some shit, some rich nigga. So he in the club in Manhattan partying and shit, right? And they run up in the club to kill him. So Tiptoe goes up to the roof of the building and jump off the roof of the building, y'all, into the green garbage can to protect his fall, to save him. He didn't die. The next day, this nigga with the same silk shirt on I seen him go to the club with, and the gold chain still on though, y'all, with 2 casts. They had to strip him like this so he could put his shirt back on. So the silk shirt got the strips right here. He got the cast. Come walking down Ralph Avenue and shit, but he still got the chain though. Yo, Tim, what happened? He telling me the story and shit. And when he said he jumped in the can and he tried to catch himself, like do a push up, and that's how he broke his arms and shit. Right? And so yeah, my man Tiptoe, word. He ended up later on, he ended up later on, he was wild. Tip was wild, man. But yeah, so I wanted to do a Ralph Avenue version and stuff, cause like I said, yeah, Howard, them my niggas and shit, but yo, it's like, it was different stages and stuff like that, and people helped me to be the kind of person, you know what I'm saying, that you see right here, whatever the case. Miss Brown, you know what I'm saying, Miss Perry with them cakes, Miss Perry cakes, them cakes with the big dome cakes with frosting with the nuts. She sprinkled nuts on top. The cake would be this motherfucking big, yo. She would make. I don't know. She's making them from scratch. She wasn't using no cake mix out the box.
Nah, she made them from scratch.
There wasn't no cake mix out the box.
Yes.
Miss Perry with the cakes.
Yes, big
You know what I mean?
Love
Shout out to Slumlord, Mr. McDuffie. You know what I mean? Got us in the crib like JJ in Florida, and them with blankets over our heads, trying to stay warm and shit.
We had like 8 bedrooms though.
Yeah, shit. Then one of them was Alaska. We call that shit Alaska in the back, cause even in the wintertime with the heat on, bumping, it just wasn't gonna get cold in that room.
You had to wear your coat.
Word. Look, everybody want that room in the summertime. Wintertime, not so much.
That was a big ass room though.
And it was the biggest room in the crib. Yes, it was. It was the biggest room in the crib. So yeah, you got that going on, man. Yeah, so life was wonderful, and you do what you gotta do, man. Like I was telling my son, man, just cause you come from someplace, you don't let that determine who you gonna be, how you turn out. And even though I lived it and I had the deal, it's still in me. It's still in me. Shit, I used to put Jay-Z on as soon as I clock out. Jay-Z be in my head. Nas, you could hate me now on the way to the crib so I could deprogram. You know what I mean? Because what they be asking sometime to me, I think be unfair. You know, they be pretty much asking us to just not be who we naturally and comfortably being and shit. You know, to appease them so they could feel more comfortable. It ain't about us, it's for them. All of the changes be about so somebody else could feel comfortable with you. Fuck that. Fuck them. Do you. Word up. Hey, yo. Thanks, this Big Sean. I holla at y'all real soon.